working. There we go. So I've been recently having problems trying to stream on my Xbox. So I'm just gonna stick with what I know, and that's streaming here on my PlayStation. And tonight, thank you for joining again. For like the fourth time. Due to technical difficulties, also this delay is kind of annoying me. I'm just going to... There we go, much better, so I don't have to hear it all the time. Now, I believe... Search for bookmark. Ew, oh, it's by loading. If I remember correctly, go to archive. I've already done... I've already done these. Now let's continue on. This will be part 3, I believe. This will actually be a shorter stream. I'll have to save somewhere because it's later than usual, so let's say about an hour is good. Alright. Let's continue on with the story. Or we can just start right away, okay.
けど、慣れれば割と住みやすいとは思う。
Sojiro sighed listlessly. He looked down at the winter schoolyard below, lost in thought. Hold up, let me lower further my laptop, because I need to make sure my stream doesn't die again, or else I'm breaking something. December was written on the corner of the chalkboard. Hey, it's January. Jeez, this would have been perfect to play last month. Wait, I did. He could not believe 10 days had already passed since he transferred to the school. The last vestiges of autumn had faded with the change of the month. The trees were all but barren, and the ground below them a mat of fallen leaves. Fourth period was classics. Classics? What type of class is that? An elderly teacher stood at the lectern. At the lectern? And rambled on. What's a lectern? While he had finally gotten used to the classroom, he still had a long way to go to get up to speed in his classes. Lacking even the basic understanding most students learn in their early scholastic life, it was a battle for Sojiro to keep up. Even if he was unable to grasp all the content right away, he at least tried to memorize everything in the hope that he could make use of it down the road. Which is why losing himself in his thoughts was about the last thing he should have been doing. He would normally chastise himself for daydreaming, but... Troublingly, he was unable to concentrate in class today. Sojiro could not place the source of his lack of concentration. It could not have been in the winter in the city. It was much milder than in the mountains. Neither was his part-time job particularly tiring. He was not any more physically fatigued than the average student, so that could not be it either. Others might conclude that it was because the courses were boring, but that seemed off the mark too. Sojiro did not share his classmates' opinions about their classes. On the contrary, he rather enjoyed his class time. Wait, hold, what? No, his frame of mind was not to blame either. Trying to figure out what was wrong when he made him more depressed. Trying to figure out what was wrong when he made him more depressed.
いけない。こんなんじゃ気が散る一方だ。
He scolded himself and turned his attention to the chalkboard. I already hate that sound. The rhythmic ticks of the chalk were sending him into a slumber, but he somehow managed to resist their lullaby. That does not sound like something that will put me to sleep. That sounds like something that will have me grating in agony. And yet, he was still unable to focus on the class. Sojiro reflected silently as was his custom, and sighed inwardly. Deep down he knew the real source of his agitation. The events of the previous night were the only thing it could be. With a chime to signal the end of class, the teacher bowed and exited into the hallway. To see him off, the 30 or so students all stood up from their desks. The clock, which had seemed to slow dramatically around 11:30, now struck noon. The tension seemed to fade from the room all at once. The release from a difficult lesson was the start of lunchtime, the highlight of school life. Agreed. Unless you're in a band. Misaki High's cafeteria was not particularly known for its quality of food. Try saying that once you've had a taste of cafeteria food here in Texas. Just that. Come over to Humble High. You're gonna come try that food. You're gonna want to stay in Japan and eat that food. Like, don't complain. Complaints that the quality was below that of a private school went unheeded. The same unique flavors appeared on the menu each and every day. Private school prices coupled with subpar quality led the majority of students to opt for boxed lunches instead. Yeah, just make some sandwiches. Sojiro's class 2C was no exception. The boys muscled as many as 10 desks into what resembled a long dining table. Will they be dining good in that class? Conversely, the girls divided themselves into smaller tables with 2 or 3 desks with practiced ease. They started chatting within their cliques? Cliches? No. Cliques? That's weird. Not a single student wasted even a second of their precious lunchtime. Where both sides differed in method, they shared a common goal. Sojiro was struck dumb by the efficiency of the transformation. Even after 10 days, he was unable to keep pace with the rest of the class and remained seated where he had sat during the previous period.
Oi! Kochiko Shizuki!
The voice came from the large makeshift dining table near the window. Hosuke Kinomi was beckoning him over while leaning back in his chair in a way that looked like he could fall backwards at any second. Trust me, he'll fall at some point. He was regularly shut down by others in the class for being lazy and crass, but his earnest nature kept him from getting on anyone's bad side. Though something could be said for not being so forthcoming all the time too.
飯にしようぜ、飯。俺さ、昨日店の残り物もらいすぎたんだよ。春巻きだよ、春巻き。それを見た親父がさ、もらったもんは残すなってうるさくてさ。食いもん、春巻きしかねえんだわ。
Hey, leftover spring rolls, just leftover anything can save your life. Because you don't have to cook anything, you don't have to spend more money. Just grab what you left and then eat it. There you go. You got some energy, you got some protein, well, protein, carbs, lards, whatever. You got sustenance. It seemed his endgame was to find someone who might take pity on him and trade him for something better. Don't do that. The two of them worked at the same restaurant, So he was one of the few people Sojiro knew before starting school. He was also the reason Sojiro was able to learn the true meaning of the phrase, can't live with them, can't live without them.
お、いいな。しずきも来いよ。今日は待ちに待った缶詰祭りをすっからさ。
Canned Food Festival?
ついに結婚するのかよ。誰か冷静になった方がいいんじゃないのか実際。
バカ、すげえ楽しいってきっと。そりゃパチモン臭いけど、カニ缶とか食い放題なんだぜ。サバ缶じゃなくて。
Canned crab? That's imitation crab. If it's real crab, that thing is gonna be... Ugh.
マジやったー俺も参加するコンビーフは一人一個それとも早い者勝ち
Corned beef.
お前な、一人で何個も食えるもんじゃねえぞあれ。うまいのは最初の一個だけだって。
しずきたちが来るならノルマは一人7個に下がるのか。助かるな。
ところで木の実の弁当の中身なんか缶詰より硬そうじゃね
The boys usually pass the time by making fun of each other's lunches, but today they were united against a common foe. A pyramid of countless cans stood in the middle of the table. They had all been taken from the pantry of a certain student's house, and the expiration dates on them had all been scribbled out with a marker.
よし、やろうども。各自毎缶切りの用意はいいな。
Wait, no, you're not doing this. Do you know how many people are gonna go to the bathroom?
食べるも地獄、残すも地獄。我ら5次元目の授業はないものと恐れぬ修羅となり、鉄の悪魔どもを平らげん。
Exactly. I'm saying that you're gonna miss a whole class period or more.
食材は下町の何でも紹介、マーケット中山からの提供です。
ヒューバカも休み休みイエーイ
That's me right there. Just why? The boys united as one and hoisted their can openers into the air. Wait, they all just have can openers? What school is this where you're able to just bring can openers? In my school, or any other school here in the United States, you try bringing anything that isn't a pencil, they're gonna think it's a weapon, and they're sending you to detention, suspension, in-school suspension, juvie, prison, whatever. This happened to me one time where I brought a screwdriver in a container. Schools, I swear to God. Why was I born in Japan? They get away with anything.
ほら、しずきも食べようぜ。缶切りならまだあるからさ。
いや、君らの弁当の毒味はごめんだって昨日言ったはずだ。
Taste tester.
それにその缶詰半分以上賞味期限切れてるだろ。
なんだよ、釣れねえな。
Live a little, you're gonna die is what's gonna happen. Quite inexplicably excited group of guys. Their real motivation seemed to be to spread the pain. But moved by their energy and conceding defeat, Sojiro got up from his seat and joined them. Before he could,
じゃあ私たちが釣り上げようかな。
who is that?
しずきくん、あんなの放っておいて一緒にどう？
Wait, what? The new guy is being invited by a group of girls? That never happens. Another interested party joined the fray. A girl with short but stylish red. What? Red? Where did red come from? A girl with short but stylish hair had called out to him. She had also tried to get Sojiro to join the track and field club several days earlier.
いや、そっちも遠慮したいな。できれば。
He answered with a troubled look on his face. On their table was nothing but a pile of fruit Sojiro had never seen before. If I were you, I'd actually reconsider and go to the table with the fruit and not with the table that could either give me diarrhea, congestion, the flu, a sickness, a stomachache, or death.
なんで？パパイヤとか嫌い？マンゴーもあるし、 ヤシの実だってあるし、
Papaya?
内
Mango?
緒だけど
Coconut?
夕張メロンもあるんだから。
You already know it. I haven't had that before. But papayas and mango and coconut? You've got you sold. Join them. Forget the canned poison. Go with the fresh fruit. The members of the fruit group pumped their fists in unison at that last delicacy.
待て、なんだヤシの実って。あれ食えるもんなの？
Can you? I don't know. Come over here. Your head looks really good. Let me just grab this coconut and just smash it against your head. You're gonna see how edible it's gonna be on the inside. That sounded so wrong.
あ、マンゴー余ったら回してほしいな。
バカ、肉食え肉。そんなんだから貧弱な体してんだぞお前ら。
No. If you mean like physically, yeah, proteins. But inside, like organically, systemly, like your immune system and stuff, fruits and vegetables do so much. Sojiro could keep track of all the voices flying across the room.
わかるのはどっちも破滅的だってことだけだ。
Actually, something good will come out if you pick option fruit. Because if you go with option canned, you're dead. That being said, he found it difficult to refuse them outright. His tendency to accept others' goodwill at face value occasionally left him frozen with indecision. Not accustomed to regular human interaction, he was unable to judge when it was or was not appropriate to turn someone down. Someone tapped the lost little lamb on the shoulder.
ほっとけほっとけ。いちいちここのバカどもに付き合ってちゃ人生台無しだ。適当に流しとけばいいんだよ。ほら、お前らもな、善良な羊を悪の園に引きずり込んでんじゃねえよ。
I'd rather go with the dark side under the shade of the fruit than go in the dark side leaning over a toilet. An inappropriately loud voice echoed throughout the classroom from behind him. Who is this? Vice President. Sojiro turned around to see a boy about a head taller than him. A head? His long hair, while unkempt, had been brushed back, giving it an appealingly windswept look. His attractive features belied the contempt for the classroom his eyes carried. Unlike the perpetually dopey-looking Sojiro, he was an extremely attractive boy, capable of captivating anyone who so much as glanced at him. Oh, so he's a pretty boy at the school, okay. In most cases, such a boy's presence will be met with awe and respect, however, it just takes that one word, however.
なんだよ、副会長様のお出ましかよ。
てめえらのバカ顔にはコリゴリだって学食に陣取ってたんじゃなかったのかよ。
へへへ、ここは見ての通りポンクラどもが集う貧民街でございますよ。王子はほら A 組の綺麗どころとカフェでお茶でもしてればいいじゃない。
Damn.
またしずき呼びに来たのかよ。青子女子といい飛び丸殿下といい、しずきなんかヤバいことしちゃったのか。
しずきくんは高速違反しないじゃん。ちょっとそれ以外のルール破るだけで。ってことはやっぱり築地くん青崎に振られてからそっちに走ったって本当だったのね。
Switch teams after Azaka rejected you. Whoa, okay. That's quite an accusation. Or rumor, gossip, whatever. They continued to give him a hard time. Sojiro could not help but feel sorry for him. The class vice president, on the other hand, showed absolutely no reaction whatsoever. He glared at them with a bored look and simply raised his voice.
相変わらず 無駄に元気があって結構じゃねえかてめえら。そんなに活力たぎってんなら冬季特別清掃班にだって参加できるよな。おい
Damn.
今んところ自主的に申し出てるのは全校で一人しかいねえんだ。西井全員が参加すりゃ俺も青崎も肩の荷が下りるってもんなんだがよ。
That's why I gaslight them. The menacing growl in his voice contrasted great with the boys' well-constructed looks. Both team can't... You gotta be kidding me. I made a joke of just of option fruit and option meat, or option cans. And they just switch out the options with teams. Both Team Cans and Team Fruit's words were doused like a fire being smothered. This was partly due to their fear of the boy, but mostly due to the fear of the Special Winter Cleaning Team. Yes, the Special Winter Cleaning Team. What the fuck is that? SWCT? Swict? Joining meant spending part of your winter break cleaning up the old school building and mountainous rear courtyard that had been neglected by the previous two student councils. It was a form of legalized torture. It's prison, that's what it is. It was a form of legalized torture that could potentially ruin 3 whole days of your winter break. And forget about any compensation in the form of extra credits. No, it was pointless volunteer work for a student council project. It was practically a miracle that they had found even a single volunteer.
いや僕らちょっと体弱いんでスミッチョで缶詰食べてますね。
私たちも貧血気味でこうやって果物食べてないと死んじゃうっていうか冬休みはもう予定いっぱいっていうか
If I was there, I'd just grab all their food and just throw it all in the trash as student council president. That's the stupidest excuse I've ever seen in my life, both of them. All of the students but one scuffled away, let me guess. He's the one with the dopey haircut.
よし、昼食はやっぱり静かにやらねえとな。
Agreed. Well, depending. If you're friends, then it's fun having conversations and laughing.
1年坊主の教室より2年の教室の方がやかましいなんて苦情。いい加減にしやがれよ、アホども。
The mob meekly scurried away. Sojiro turned to join them, but as he did...
あ、お前はこっちだ、宗次郎。ちょい顔貸せ。
The hand on his shoulder held him in place.
だよ、生徒会応募。人んちのテーブルマナーまで指図してほしくねえよな。
Kinomi cursed him under his breath to his friends the second the vice president turned to go.
はあ？上等じゃねえか、木の実。いいぜ。お前が記念すべき2人目だ。冬休み、首を洗って待ってやがれ。
The vice president must have heard everything Kinomi said, because he gave a thumbs up before figuratively jabbing it in his eye.
はあ？何言ってんですか、あいつ。
Don't rip your
あ
eye
れ
out.
自主的なイベントじゃん。いくら副会長だって強制はできないですよね。
The problem child of Class C laughed merrily.
それは昨日までの話だ。会長の提案が学校側に受理されてな。本日付で生徒会役員は強制力のある推薦権をもらえたんだよ。
That's hilarious.
特に会長と副会長の推薦は絶対だ。拒否した場合、学校側はともかく青崎が何するか俺には止められねえから、そのつもりでな。
げえ、それ事実上の死刑宣告じゃん。生徒会マジ応募。
Kinomi's terrified shrieking continued behind them as the vice president Sojiro left the classroom. Saving.
お前も大変だな、宗十郎。
あんたも割と暇なんだな、副会長。
That's the student council room. Jesus! How do people move around? I look like I'd be able to fall asleep there the moment I walked in. Just so much books. Like books, files, folders, just papers all over the place. The two entered the empty student council room. Why did I say it like that? The two entered the empty student council room. Misaki High's student council had the use of 2 rooms. Oh, there's just one. One was a large office specifically made for the student council. The second was an archive room, once used as a preparatory office for math courses. Okay, so this is the bootleg room. As the latter of the two, the walls are lined with densely packed shelves, making an already cramped room seem even more confined. For this reason, it served more as a private refuge to the student council. Did I just hear the door lock? The students sat across from one another. Oh, they just moved chairs, okay. Tobemaru Tsukichi. He was the son of the chairman of Misaki High School and the vice president of its student council. Like Sojiro, he was in his 2nd year and first met the transfer student a week earlier when the task of looking after him was dumped onto the student council.
副会長はやめろって。クソったれな話だが、俺は所詮会長の犬だからな。
As self-deprecating as the words were, he hardly seemed dissatisfied with the arrangement. He took a snack from his pocket and grimaced at it before taking a bite. The 100-calorie energy bars sacrificed flavor for efficiency, but somehow not enough to prevent him from gnawing on it like a piece of jerky.
そうか。でも犬は良くないな、飛び丸。
Sojiro sat in the chair with a concerned look on his face.
あ？犬がどうしたって？
犬は良くないって言った。例えが違う気がするし、何より怖いぞ、あれ。
What dogs have you met in your life? A Chihuahua?
なんだよ。山奥育ちのくせに犬が怖いのか？
そりゃ大抵の生き物は怖いけど、犬は別格だ。
If I'm in the forest, the jungle, or the desert, I'd be afraid of things like snakes and giant tarantulas and like big cats. Definitely not a bobcat. Maybe a caracal cat, but a leopard, jaguar, any big animal, I'm gonna attempt to run. I would be scared. And really, I'm not afraid of animals. Well, most animals. I don't know what animal I'm afraid of. Actually, no, there is an animal I'm afraid of. The cassowary bird. It's this giant ass bird that looks like a friggin' dinosaur brought to life. The thing is huge. Look it up. Those things are horrifying to look at. But they're interesting.
徒党を組んだ野犬ほど始末に追えないものはない。足の速さも脅威だけど、何より執念深すぎる。坂だろうと追いかけてくるし、最後の一匹になるまで引かないんだぞ。
Jesus. Sojiro opened his lunch as he spoke. Inside the bright green cloth, 3 beautifully made triangular rice balls. Ooh, onigiri.
ショックだ。
Uh-oh.
ショックって何が？
いや、そんなこの世のものとは思えない握り飯を見たのは初めてだ。思わず絶句しちまった。
それどっちなんだ？
褒めてるんだよ、バカ。
Sojiro was always confounded by phrasing that could be interpreted in multiple ways. Euphemisms and subtle sarcasm were often lost on him. It was only on rare occasions, like this one, that he chose to confirm what was being said. Tobimaru had come to suspect that Sojiro had a very black and white way of seeing things.
ところでその固まった小麦粉みたいなの美味しいのか？
Oh my god, did they switch and he says that the thing is actually delicious? I'm laughing. Sojiro stared at the energy bar with a curious look on his face.
まずくはねえがうまくもねえよ。まあ試してみる分には止めねえが。人間何事も手間暇惜しむようになっちゃおしまいだぜ。ことが三大欲求ならなおさらだ。
Tobimaru quickly finished off his bar, put another one on the table, and grabbed one of Sojiro's rice ball. Sojiro failed to notice the rudeness of the forced exchange, and gave the preferred energy bar a try.
なんだか土を食べてるみたい。
違いない。遊びをなくせば人生こんなもんだって見本だな。
Joyless existence tastes like. Out of principle, Sojiro labored over his energy bar, cringing all the while. He was both curious of the unknown and loath to leave something unfinished.
今無理に平らげる必要はねえぞ。そいつの利点は形態食ってところだからな。素で味気ないが食えるうちは味が落ちないのがいいところだ。
Well, yeah, they could be consistent. Consistently trash.
まあそっちはともかく。どうだ、少しは慣れたか？
I'd say no.
ああ、飛丸や青崎が気を使ってくれているからね。
Tobimaru turned his eyes up to the ceiling, unable to handle Sojiro's carefree smile. As absent-minded as Sojiro might have been, his expressions were nonetheless incredibly earnest. It was like poison to someone as self-absorbed as Tobimaru.
だから青崎は来ねえんだよな。
He took a bite from the rice ball to steer himself away from such thoughts. Though now cold, the rice had managed to maintain its freshness, startling Tobimaru.
ん？いや待て。気を使ってんのは俺だけじゃねえか。青崎なんてお前が転入した日に彼迷惑だから見張ってての一言だけだぞ。
Why are you complaining to him?
なんでそこで君が怒るんだ？
いや、だからだな。お前が学校になれるよう陰ながら見守ってんのは俺で、青崎は生徒会室で全校生徒の弱みを集めてるだけって話だ。面倒な苦労してんのは俺だけじゃねえかって。
Tobimaru stopped himself, realizing how ridiculous he sounded. Sojiro, rightly so, knew there was nothing to get this upset over.
いいさ。青崎に言いつけられなきゃこうなることもなかったしな。知ってるか？あいつどうして俺にこんな役させたと思う？
Dude, did you just like lean over the table?
副会長だからだろ。
Tobimaru's handsome face went dark.
あのな、どうして副会長が転入生一人にかかりっきりにならなくちゃいけねえんだよ。
No.
いいぜ。機会があったら青崎本人に聞いてみな。あいつの本性がわかるからよ。
He snatched another bite of the rice ball while grumbling under his breath. There it was again. Rice grains that were just dry enough to be fresh and tender in the mouthful morsel that betrayed its humble description, which must have been delicately molded by Master Chef rather than half-heartedly clumped into a ball.
そして何よりこの塩加減、中の具から染み出した厳妙な醤油加減はどうだ。食欲をそそるどころか脳を食欲だけにするような。おお。
What the fuck? I didn't realize I was watching Food Wars.
飛丸、思ってることが口に出てるみたいだけど。
あ、いや、それほどのショックだったってわけだ。なあ、その字、これ具は何だ？
It was only natural to inquire about the unexpectedly delicious bite. He had been nibbling around the edges and had not yet reached the center.
ああ、それはイナゴ。
Grasshopper?
ありえねえ。
The vice president choked on his cough. He had assumed that Sojiro would prefer earthy ingredients instead of seafood on account of his mountain life, but he never expected he would use grasshoppers. Oh my god. Who are you, Grandpa Max from Ben 10?
くそ、食う前に言えよな。信じられねえぐらいうまいと思っちまったじゃねえか。
ああ、今のは嘘だよ。
They locked eyes for a moment.
本当は鮭。いくらなんでもイナゴはね。
おお、そうだよな。いや、安心した。いくらなんでもイナゴはねえよな。
Oh my god.
ああ、こんな都会で身の締まったイナゴが手に入るもんか。
As curious as those words were, Tobimaro decided to let them go.
たく、どっちにしても冗談きついぜ。危うく吐き出すところだったじゃねえか。らしくねえぞ、宗次郎。
君が青崎の悪口を言うからだ。
Oh! Defending the girl avoiding you? Sojiro closed his eyes as he continued to chew on his rice ball. Tobimaro watched incredulously as Sojiro made no attempt to hide his disapproval. What is with that face?
おい、今のはさすがに聞き捨てならねえぞ。俺が青崎の悪口を言ったから意種返しをしたと、そういうことか？
Yes. Sojiro continued chewing. The country boy's silent protest said all that needed to be said. The vice president suddenly looked like he had been struck by lightning.
なんてこった。
お前、まさか青崎に惚れてんのか？
I mean, have you seen her?
そうなのか。そうなんだな。おい、眠ってねえで起きろ。
Tobimaro flew out of his chair and violently shook Sojiro by the shoulders. Sojiro opened his eyes.
そうか。お前は1年前の惨劇を知らないんだな。
Oh yeah, every school needs to have its dark story about a student's troubled past or some crap.
知ってりゃ、そんなストレートな破滅願望を持つこともなかったろうに。
君の言葉には誤解が含まれてるけど、それは後にする。それより、1年前の惨劇って？
ん？
Tobimaro regained his composure and sat down after a moment's thought.
仕方ねえ。この手の噂をするのは好きじゃねえんだけどな。
Tobimaro reassured himself that it was in Sojiro's best interest as a young man to know.
あれは青崎がまだ1年の頃の話だ。あの頃はみんな入学したばっかりで、青崎がどんな性格か誰も知らなかった。あいつ外見は文句なしに美人だからな。
Was? She still is. Have you seen her?
そりゃ男どもは狂気乱舞したもんさ。
Little did they know that soon after they would go crazy for an entirely different reason.
4月5月はもう上を下への大騒ぎだよ。あの時ばかりは上級生も下級生もなかったな。野郎同士の牽制、共闘、果ては決闘まで。まあよくも騒いだもんさ。青崎に近寄るだけでも大変だったんだぜ。
なんでそんなよくわからない事態になるんだ？
そりゃ青崎は一人きり、命知らずな野郎は延べ100人ほどいたからだよ。
Well, here's the problem, though. They don't really like that person. You see, psychologically, love, like, two completely different things. Like, it's just one thing seeing someone and says, I like you, let's go on a date, but that's not how it kind of works. Like, you gotta know that person first. In my mind, like, yeah, you could fall in love with someone's appearance first, and then, you know, talk to them, get to know them a little bit, and it's like that. Like, you gotta go like that. You can't just, like, fight, like, 50 other dudes just for the same girl, because you're not really impressing somebody. You're not really impressing that person. You're really just making a fool out of yourself.
一人一人青崎とランチしても3ヶ月かかるだろ。
Oh, damn.
だからまずは男同士でつまんねえ暗闘があったのさ。
It's kind of stupid. So what happened? He pulled a Rinto Saka and dumped the sorry dude's ass?
まあいい。わからねえならそこは飛ばそう。所詮負け犬どもの話だしな。
Oops,
で
sorry.
な、そんなどうでもいい戦いを勝ち残った奴らは列なしで一年の女に言い寄ったわけだ。青崎はあれでなんていうか、相手のなけなしの誠意じゃなくてあれか、勇気、そういうのを無視できずに認めちまうやつだからな。言い寄ってくる相手を可能な限り丁寧に断ってた。が中にはそれで勘違いしちまうやつもいたよ。
Uh-oh. Let me guess. She decked them.
3年のある野郎がこれは脈ありと見て青崎に何度も言い寄ったんだよ。多分そいつ頭がおかしかったんだ。今にして思うとそうとしか思えん。
Incidentally, Tobimaru decided to gloss over the fact that this student was also the former student council president.
学園ばかりか。青崎の家まで押しかけたそうでな。あまりにしつこいんで青崎も堪忍袋の尾が切れたんだろう。ちょっと口にするのははばかられる方法で振ったんだよ。
Sorry for the ear rape, but dude, mental hospital right now.
結果、
Oh, she
そいつは
did.
自分から他校に転入希望したばかりか、三崎町からも逃げ出しちまって、青崎も1ヶ月ばかり自宅謹慎を食らった。
Wait a second. That ain't a punch. That's a kick.
世に言う血の公会堂事件だ。詳しく知りたけりゃ本人はまずいな。新聞部にでも行け。あそこの部長は命知らずだから聞けば面白がって教えてくれる。
飛丸、その具体的な表現を恋に避けてないか？
Dude, he literally just said it wasn't.
仕方ねえだろ。理事長の息子だろうがなんだろうが怖いものは怖えし、高校ぐらいは無事卒業しとかねえとな。うちの女子の制服見るたびに規制を上げるトラウマなんて持ちたくねえよ。
Sojiro tilted his head to the side in confusion. Tobimaru had lost him with that comment.
まあいい。それよりなんで青崎なんかがいいんだよ、宗次郎。
He tilted his head again, this time to the other side.
おい、お前本当に青崎が好きなのか？
Are you really that hot for her? No,
単に胸がドキドキ言ってるだけならそれは恋じゃなくて恐怖だってオチもあるぜ。いくらその字がぼんやりでも理由ってもんがあるだろう。
He tilted his head even further. What Tobimaro was saying sounded off, but Sojiro decided not to press the matter. All the more because he found many of his own emotions towards Aoko Aozaki to be incomprehensible.
そうだな、おかしい。俺はあまり彼女を知らないのにね。
That was because he had not truly spoken to each other since the day she showed him her round. Every time Sojiro tried to talk to her, she immediately got up and left. As fate would have it, they ended up working together that recent Sunday, when made only idle chatter on the way and back.
けど飛丸、君は知らないだけなんだ。時々なんだが、誰かの視線を感じて振り返ってみると、いつ失敗するかを心配して見ている人がいる。飛丸の言う通り、ただ廊下で俺を見かけて単に監視していただけなのかもしれない。本当は俺のことなんて気にせず素通りしたいのかもしれない。
Just put some thought in it.
けどどんな種類であれ、彼女の心配は本物だ。それにここが一番大事だと思うんだけど、実際の話、青崎のそういうところのおかげで俺は助かっていたりするんだ。
His tone was measured and sincere. Tobimaro sighed with a tinge of regret. If not for those words, he could have introduced Sojiro to a more suitable girl with whom he could have lived out the rest of his school days in peace. He never went to such lengths for his other friends. Generally speaking, if it was oh my god, I need a drink of water. If it was of some benefit to him, he was unafraid of exploiting another. If they were of no use, he didn't bother getting involved with them. That was how Tobimaro Tsukiji operated. Sojiro happened to be the type of person who provided no benefit to Tobimaro, yet somehow sparked in him a desire to help. It was not that friendship was completely alien to him. He just did not have many people he felt that close to. So if Sojiro had really fallen for Aoko, it was not his place, as a friend, to try to change his mind.
やれやれ。結局惚れてるやつには理由なんていらねえんだな。
そんなことはない。理由なら一つある。彼女を一目見たときに綺麗だなって思ったぞ。
Yes. Yes.
ん
Tobimaro's shoulders slumped.
なんだあんだけ恥ずかしいセリフ言っといて、要は外見に惚れてますな。結局見てくれかよ、宗十郎。
綺麗なものに見とれるのはいいことじゃないのか？自分を綺麗に見せる努力をしているんだから、外見から内面を判断するのはそんなおかしな話じゃないと思う。
That sounded like a sophism to Tobimaro, but he had no counterpoint to that to offer.
しょうがねえ。分かったよ。この話はもうやめよう。その字が誰をてめえの女にするか、俺の知ったことじゃねえし。
Now, about the one major thing that Tobimaro had been mistaken about this whole conversation, namely, that Sojiro was not head over heels in love with Aoko and hoped to go steady with her. He merely liked her as a person. Nobody could have foreseen the massive calamity that would be caused by this simple misunderstanding.
だがよ、一つだけ忠告しておくぜ、宗十郎。
Oh no, what's about to happen?
青崎は喧嘩をした相手だろうと別に嫌うわけじゃない。逆に言えば親切にしたって別に好かれるわけでもない。いい例が俺だ。
He spoke with a pained sigh as if opening old wounds from the past.
そうか。詳しく。
おう、昔な、あいつがあんまりに独善的だったんで、つい手を挙げかけちまったことがある。
Wait, hit her? Wait, what? Like, hit on her? Or, like, actually hit her? Dude, you got problems.
半年前の夏だ。1年もあいつと生徒会やってたもんだから、俺も女っつうより戦友って気になっててな。つい勢いで平手打ちをしようと右手を上げた。我ながら4番バッターも角也という腰のひねり。確かな実感
Bro,
ともに
what the?
俺は勝利を確信したもんさ。
You... What the hell, man? He had a distant look in his eyes as his words trailed off.
翌日になって、こりゃ完全に敵扱いされたなと覚悟して生徒会室に行ってみりゃ、青崎はいつも通りだった。で、以来あいつと俺は会長と副会長で収まってる。
Sojiro sighed at his story. He then said, with absolute confidence,
今の話を総合すると、君は単にのろけたいのか？
Clearly, he had missed the point entirely. Yes.
なわけあるか今の話のどこに甘酸っぱい要素があんだよ。
I fucking love this.
俺としちゃ、あいつを女として見なくなった決定的な事件だったんだがね。
Oh my god. Bruh.
なんだ、違うのか？
A look of disappointment flittered across Sojiro's face. Tobimaru revised his opinion of him. Sojiro was something of a simpleton, but there was nothing more about him that Tobimaru could not quite place.
とにかくだ。俺が言いたいのは、青崎青子の好き嫌いの基準ってのは普通じゃないってことだ。いいことをすれば好かれる、気に入らないことをすれば嫌われるってわけじゃねえんだよ、あのお姫様は。
Sojiro answered that he would keep it in mind as he looked at the clock. They had been talking for a while, and lunch was almost over.
もう君からの話はないか？
あ？初めからねえよ、そんなの。
Why had Tobimaru even brought him here in the first place? Sojiro tilted his head in wonder, but shook it off to deal with the more pressing matters at hand.
よし。じゃあもう少し付き合ってくれ。飛び丸に聞きたいことがあったんだ。
Tobimaru sat up straight, having never seen Sojiro's face look so serious before. Sojiro set aside his rice ball and cleared his throat.
実は昨日、こんなことがあって。
What happened yesterday? Wait a second. Was he at the park in chapter 1.5? He spoke solemnly, and as carefully as possible, he recounted what had occurred the night before. Ooh.
しずきくんいる？
Oh no, what time is it? Okay, that's it. What button do I press again? Okay, it's square. Okay. Thank you for joining the stream for like the fourth time. I am going to have to take a look at what's going on with the connection and my Xbox. That was weird. So sorry about that. So thank you for joining this little stream. And yeah, see you later. See you guys later. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Have a good day.